Okay, so welcome back to this video. I've been thinking because I've been stuck where you have a lot of ideas, good ideas, and you have potential clients, but you find yourself you are not pushing as you should. So I had an epiphany that if you have better structures for your company, clearly defined roles and responsibilities, and client journey process, that is stages for where you work your client from a lead, qualifying that lead up to the sign off where you hand over the project and do the training. So this I needed to do a research to come up with a document that is clearly generating roles and responsibilities for my business, and of course the client journey. I have the first page is the for roles and responsibility and the client journey, how work moves through our company. The key thing is these roles that we have clearly defined. One of them being sales, solutions. You can see the description. Delivery coordinations, engineering, creative and media, growth, assurance, financing, admin. So yeah, moving on, client journey, you can see we have these stages that are clearly defined, from starting with the read, qualify, discovery, proposal, contract, kickoff, build, assurance, handover, and grow. So they have been clearly defined what happens to each stage. So moving on to the next page, when something stalls, and something stalls, you can be able to create incident reports, incident management, how to handle this, how to mitigate it. I'm trying to define the roles and responsibility and the client journey from the once we poach, that is once we get a read from our sales team, the client journey, how we get the requirements and all that, which we are going to see. Yeah, so let's go through this document. You can get some critical items that you can utilize within your company. So we are saying roles are hats and not people. So they are not restricted. If you say we have a sales role, it's not restricted to one particular person, that this person is the one that's doing. We at SuperTech Nomad, we take this as hats because it's a startup. So you can find one person with doing several roles. It's like they are wearing multiple hats. And we'll get to our roles, the ones that we have defined. So, and we start to give them some codes. So also this you'll find on our internal system. Code is R1. So we start with sales. So this role is responsible. So these are the responsibility of this role, and it's responsibility for finding clients and getting them to say yes at a price that works. Of course, we discuss internally the best price for a particular product. Then we have another role, solutions, where now you get the requirements, what the client need, so that we don't fall into the scope creep. This is where you get client asking, I want this, then you do this, I want this, then you do that, I want this. Then maybe the client goes out there, they discuss something, then he comes tells you, I want also this. So that is the scope creep. You want to define or what you have agreed with the client, you will do. Then the next role is delivery coordination. This role responsibility is monitoring and making sure every stages move. So if a client goes quiet, we ask this role, hey, why did this client go quiet? So if a person has been assigned this role, we can be able to ask this particular project, the client went quiet. What's up? The deadlines we are not meeting our deadline, so these roles will be able to answer that. Of course, within our company, we are building solutions. We are working with real estate. We are working even with uh, finance agents who normally offers thing like what do we call it? Money market funds, special funds. We are working with those agents so that we can build for them good website, good sales funnel. We have a role for creative media thing to do with because we know if product looks cheap, uh, it will sell cheaply. So we must invest in aesthetics. That's where these roles come in. Designing, photography, video, editing, brand assets, all those. We have a role called growth, dealing with how your company grows. You have built your products, but we want you to know how do I grow? How do I get more clients? How do people know that I'm selling this particular product? You get me? So this is where we specialize in things to do with SEO. This is search engine optimization, so that I may search, let's say you are a real estate agent based in Mombasa. I may search maybe in my website, uh, I want to invest in a plot at Mombasa, maybe near part A. Based on the SEO of your website, you may appear, and then, of course, that will convert that to a sales lead. There's assurance also before we hand over the project that we do for a client. We must ensure that the data protection adheres to the ODPC that was produced in 2019, the Data Protection Act. You don't leak the customer data, customer credentials. You clearly state, if you're storing customer data, you clearly state in your policy the data that you store, what you are going to do with it. So that we must make sure that assurance is there. So the finance and admin, we need to monitor every quotes, every invoices that we do, maybe subscription. Like right now, you can see I'm using Cloud. This is a Cloud subscription. All of those need to be monitored, and reports, let's say monthly reports given. So this will help you know whether you are doing the work and never getting paid and where the money is going. So as you can see here with my analysis, I can work particularly within these roles. But now role 5, as just said, is creative media. I also have some cameras, but I don't, so I can outsource this. So if funding, I'll mention this a bit. If you have a company and you're short on funding, please find internship. Find people willing to do internship. Normally pick the one that are coming from colleges and universities. They'll charge cheap based on the agreements that you can have, because you are giving them opportunity to enter the job market. Yeah, and also there you can stretch. They'll not offer quality work, but at least they'll get you started. We move on to the next phase, which is the client journey. From the moment we have a lead, we have a conversation with the client, we get the requirements, we start canvassing, we start now even testing the milestones. We want to go through that client journey. So we have stages in this. as well. And we have this lead, which is the first stage. So this is the inquiry where we get maybe a site is interested. So those are leads. Maybe you have a person saying, hey, by there I could be interested in getting a site for my this person. Get this correct. When we say this is a lead, they have not committed, so they are not a potential customer, but they are a lead. So you can convert this. So when you get leads, you must work now on converting them to become a client. So they may take, others may take even 1 week or 2 days, others may take even a year. You see, depending maybe on their situation, maybe the economic situation and their needs and wants. So you need to log these leads. Once you get them, you capture this. So we have a CRM. If you don't have a CRM, you can source us. We can create a CRM for you. You need to log all those leads. Then this CRM has a report. It will be sending you report of those leads, the leads that you have captured maybe in a particular month. And also you can go back in time to see the month that you are able to get more leads. And then you can know where to improve. So these leads, then you can follow them by qualify. If you move to the next stage, which is the qualify. So you assess them, whether they can pay, they can meet maybe your rate card, and what they are inquiring about. Is it something you offer? So there are different things you need to put in mind when you qualify a lead. Then the other stage is discovery. So this is where now, after you see the client meets the budget and they are able to pay, uh, they are ready to start working. Now you go to the discovery. You can have even the discovery call. This is where you go through the requirements. So take note, because you may have different, you are having calls here and there, you're not making it. You can source a VA. So VA is a virtual assistant who will help you gather these leads and probably qualify them. Then from there, discovery call. As the founder of a company, you need to do a discovery call yourself so that you can discuss, you can create that rapport with the client. Client can know you, can start now, you break the ice. So you request the requirement, so you can document this. So this, you can have maybe a secretary who will document everything, but you have a discussion with the client, get to know their scope, what they want, and document all of those. Then from the requirements that you have gathered, of course, the next thing now is to come up with a proposal that you will send to the client. So on this proposal, you have to give them the scope, the pricing of the project, how you price them, the timeline it will take, exclusions, what you are not covering. If it is hosting, maybe client will have to pay that. You must state that clearly. Payment terms, maybe it's per milestone. Then you need to send this proposal to the client so that client can review and whether acknowledge that, and of course send the deposit. So, and that's where we move to the next stage, which is the contract and deposit. So if a client agrees to the proposal, mind you, you have to do all this. Kindly take note, do all this using email. Some of the younger generation may want to do this using WhatsApp, but you are dealing with a client. Legal issues may come up, and of course you need a way to track your emails from where you started talking to the clients, what you agreed you'll work on, so that if a client then goes back and says, no, you have not worked on, you can go back through the document, say, this is what we agreed on, I have delivered. Yeah. And so the next stage is the contract. This is where now the client set the deposits, and once the deposit hits your account, you're all chasing money, guys. You're now starting working on the project. So, and the next project, of course, as you can see, is the kickoff and assets. You maybe agree with the client whether they provide some assets like logos, product photos. Maybe you're working with let's go with let's say Makuti Villa. That is a villa within coastal town. So they can give you pictures of the food, of the drinks they offer. Maybe it's a swimming pool. All these pictures. The lodgings where they, if customers book their stay there, where they can sleep, breakfast, all these picture. A client, I would say you need to invest in quality pictures so a person can go there. This is the thing we do also. We have the equipment, we have the camera. So as a business, if you can hire us, can meet our red card, you can hire us. We take pictures of your assets and media. And we said products, if our products, you take images that look shabby shabby, shagala bagala, then even the payments, the aesthetics will be off. You need to also to invest in aesthetics. Aha. So you have gathered all the assets from the client, and you start building the actual work. Because this is that mockup, you can also call it UAT, user assessment test. Yeah, or POC, proof of concept. Yeah. Then building one, so you can have this in milestones while you are building. Maybe you, after one module, you have clients signs of that module, you go to the next module. Like that assurance. Of course, you need to have checklist, security checklist if you are a developer of maybe this site, compliance, so depending on what you do, what your company does, you have to have an assurance of your product. If it's edible products, when they expire, maybe storing in a good place, assurance must be in every company to guarantee your product. Then there is handover and training. Of course, once we are through with our product, we give customer the handover. We say, this is the product, we have worked on it. Here, take it. These are the credentials, and we will not review there. We do a training session to you and to the staff so that you are able, and you not only do that, after training, there is documentation, credential transfers, and a window, let's say 1 month, so that you are able to be up to speed with the project. Then the client will sign the acceptance. So support and growth. Then a client, you may have clients who do not want to dwell much on the technicalities of a project. So that's when we have this stage for the support and grow, and we have a retainer where we can do maintenance of the site monthly, checking the backups, they are okay. You don't, your site can be hit by attacks, so you need backup of your data. Checking whether it's up to standard, all those. So, but if you have an internal tech person, he can be doing that for you. So, yeah. So we are going to see if we master a task, then to map it to the roles. So let's say it's sales. This is the first role. So you do prospecting. After prospecting, you do an outreach, do a follow up. So this is like more of an SOP, standard operating procedure. So if you are a person, you are working for SuperTech Nomads, and you get to wear this hat of the role of sales, the first thing, let's say it's Makuti Villa, for example, you need to prospect. So I can go here and say Makuti Villa Kilifi. So I can see what they do by overview. If you're looking for a plan, then I can go here. You can check even their images within there. So these are their images, all of these. You see the food they offer. So all of this you must take into account when prospecting, because you need to convince the client that you are offering something of value. So I see the pictures. They are not bad pictures. Mm. Even for the rooms, you can see. So this is the Makuti Villa, a good place. Then let's see if I come, let's Google reviews. If you want to improve their Google reviews, you can see 3.7. What are they lacking? Calm, Daratiara. Of course, they are receiving comments. You can even view. Now you are prospecting. Okay. So you can see on Google Business, they have done their work. Then, so there you don't have a selling point. But if they have not added pictures and all those, and their reviews are not good, you can now approach them and tell them, I can make sure your Google reviews are okay, but 3.7, they need to improve on this. So if I click on the site itself, with the current technology, of course, you can see how it's loading, is taking time. Now you can be able to reach out to them and tell them, yeah. So you have prospected. You can see the site is images are taking time to load. I don't have like a gallery. Is there a gallery here? You see the pricing is a table. So when you move to the like a desktop version, let's say it's mobile, you see how, let's say iPhone, and then refresh so that it depicts. You see this table, how it's not working as expected. So this is something you can now approach them and tell them, this is a selling point. You can say, this is your site, I can do this and this and this. Let's see their blogs, whether they don't even agree a menu. So these are the things that now you note, so that when you are doing an outreach, you are able to tell their clients what they need. You see, okay, they have a gallery, but only these here amenities. They don't even have posts. So you see, we have a selling point. You can improve their site, tell them you can be doing posts so that their visibility improves online. You can have, you can even tell them you will implement a rag such that a customer can just type and get to see the available rooms and whatnot. I'll go back. So you see, these are the SOP. Uh, You do the outreach after doing the prospecting. We have done prospecting. Outreach, you call them. Follow up. After first call, you do follow ups. You can do even discovery calls. Do demos. So I can use my cloud and take that site, rebrand it quickly, and then send us a demo. Start negotiating the price and whatnot. For solutions, if he agrees, we can go through the requirements, interview, getting all the requirements to improve that site properly, mapping the business, writing scope, defining. So these are clearly defined SOP. If you are now wearing this hat, your first thing will be gathering the requirements through interview and that. Mapping the business processes that they do. So maybe probably when a customer comes, they capture their data, ask what not. Do they send maybe thank you for having a stay with us? All those things. The activities within that Makuti Villa, or you map everything. You write a scope document. All those. I cannot go through everything, every role here, but you get the point. These are more of SOP. If it is engineering, let's say it's engineering, you're building a site using WordPress, using this Elementor, Riara, CAD, Social. Yeah. So you see the building start here. You can use Elementor. Here it says you can use Next.js. Then after building, you can go to hosting, ensure the DNS are okay, add the SSL to the website. Okay, SSL, yeah. If there are any integrations, make sure they are working. Social media platform as well, integrate those as well. If they want now to come, all those. If it's the media, this will get the brand asset, start doing the UI design, you get. If it's growth, you search the keyword research. For Makuti Villa, it's deal, it's a hotel and it's in the coast, so it deals more with hospitality. So you search keyword based on the hospitality. Let's say we have a job a product website plus social media plus payment plus SEO and later a WhatsApp bot. Then stages, you can see the first stage, what products, how many SKUs, who update the stock, do they have product photos, which payment method, quotes, Riara, product photos, this WooCommerce, Riara, product photography, test repayment. So you can see how this kind of job I'll do it. They are the stages, so I'll use my stages here, which I said it was the client journey. So I have client journey, so you must have this in your website, in your company. Client journey, and you must have roles and responsibility. So that this job A here, when I get this particular job A, I know I need to build a website, integrates, and I have these stages. I can map everything. In this stage, what do I need to do? And these particular items I need to do, which role, which hat or role do I need to wear? So that even when you scale up and you have people, you can be able now to tell them do this particular role, do this particular role. Job B, how many? This is now for real estate. So job A was a website. Let's say a person requested for a website with the social media, payments integration, SEO, and later a WhatsApp bot. This is a product for a company. You see the stages, train them, Riara, so can pause the video and see the stages. Then I had another client. They wanted a real estate. They are based on coastal region and they sell plots of land. If you want a plot of land in coastal region, particularly Kilifi, also you can comment us there. I can hook up you with that client. Uh, so what they do is real estate. We need to do social media integration and do, because they need to showcase this plot of land, do some videos for them. If we get a drone, we can do that. So you can see the stages. How many listing are they doing? Who adds them? Is there an existing property database? Ratiara, site build, property list, Ratiara, train them in agent, Ratiara. Yeah. Job C, of course, you see drone here. We may not be able to offer drone services because you need to get a certificate with an 80K initial, 50K annual renewal. We had another client, they requested church management system. So you have all those stages and all those stages. So by this point, I know you get the point of what I'm driving at, okay? Yeah. So you have another part here where we have the diagnostic if we have a delay. If something goes wrong, let's say you are able now to tell if there are maybe, let's say, there are lots of inquiries, no contracts, then you know this falls under this stage. Then the roles that are to perform this are this, and then you check the root cause. They are doing also in your business. Have this system, please. Then you can have even incident report system. Don't worry about it. You can invest and tell, I want a system to handle the incident report. If you have an incident, how to report it, capture what caused this, what mitigation you took, preventative measures, that is, and in the future, how you have, are you willing, how, if it occurs in the future, how will you handle that? Yeah. If these issues occur, you can be able to go and check on the past and say, how did I fix this issue? So reach out to us. Let us build these systems for you so that you have a structural ways of doing things, not maybe something is not working. What is not happening? What went wrong? You can be able to pinpoint at exact stage, and this will help you a lot by be able to know your strength and weaknesses. You can be able to do SWOT analysis. Then you'll be able to tell at particular stage, won by this heart, I'm very weak. I need a person to assist in this. Or the particular person's working, you can say, hey, maybe they need, how do we call it? Maybe they need what? Probably they need, if it's a person employed within your company, they may need education, training, certifications, which you can invest so that uh, you train your employees. They offer better services. Okay. I'm feeling this video has taken a while, but let's see. So I'm not going to every part. Client would sign off. This is stage 8. No booked handover session. Book handover at kickoff. You see? Part 6, it's build by subcontract. Yeah. This is now on the money where we build. After we build, if any project, we work on it. the tech stack that we use. And yeah, so here it's clearly defined. If we are doing maybe, let's say, M-PESA integration, I'm a developer, so I can work on that. Yeah, so I'll say build. Then if we have a customer that wants WhatsApp automation, then you ask yourself, can we do this internally? If not, like let's say for photography and video editing, like drone footage, we need to subcontract. Yeah. So here is where now, if a client had asked for a drone footage, you see whether if you can subcontract and get a commission. So part 7 now is the self audit, which it's good to be doing once now and then. Yeah. So like here on the sales, we can give them 10 to 20% commission solutions. So I need to do this myself. Delivery coordinations. Let's say you have an intern doing this, and you can offer them a salary. This is even, I think, you can give them 15,000, and then you can offer them transport. You pay for the transport and lunch. Then at the end of the month, they get 15K. They are intern, so it's then when they qualify for the job, then you can start paying at 25K, increasing it that as you scale. Mm. So also I will be developing a system. These systems will be based on these roles and responsibility and the client journey, and it will be handling the project such that once you have a project, it will, you see, I have stages. It will tell you this particular project is at this stage, and on that stage, I can click there and I see the roles that are to do that stage and the responsibilities to be done. Then you can see if there is a project that is going on, the particular people assigned to that project. So I will be working on that project. If you're interested, kindly reach out. I'll have beta users who I will not charge. They'll be able to test the system, and once we go to the production, of course, they get a 50% discount. So sign up, comment down there on the chat so that I can list you as one of the beta users so that you can enjoy the benefits of being affiliated by SuperTech Nomads. We'll catch up again. Keep coding.